Well, my name is Pop Daddy, also known as Pitmaster T. Last week, we did a brisket. It came out really good. It was like a 10-part series on TikTok, and on Facebook it was 22 parts. And you might have seen me save the juice of the brisket, also known as the injected. Now, there's a little story about me. I was thinking I was at the Taylor Invitational, and I kind of got drunk. People didn't even inject in those days. And so we got to thinking about, well, you know, what are you going to inject it with? The drippings of the last brisket? Like a sourdough bread or something like that. And we all laughed, and then we did it, and it ended up being really, really good. The thing was, back then you had several briskets, and we weren't sure which one we turned in. So we never mentioned it, and then later on they addressed the injection issue. So you see, because there technically was no rule against it, but we also didn't want to get geeked for it because, you know, it was something out of the norm. Now everybody does it. So what I'm going to do is I have the brisket drippings, and which are collagen rich, beefy rich, smoky rich, and inject them into the new brisket and see what's happening. Here is a strainer, and here is, well, it's solidified, so that means we've got to microwave it a little bit to get it. Look at that, it's gelatinous. That is collagen. Think about it. You are putting in extra collagen into the brisket, which already has lots of collagen in it. And it's smoky and tasty. It's like broth. Well, it's better than broth. Not too much because, you know, you want it to be cool when you put it in the brisket. I'm going to strain it once, and I'm going to strain it twice. Now this stuff is only a few days old. What I would do is hold some, like put some in a Ziploc bag, label it, and put it in the freezer. And the only thing I'm going to add to that is a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Stir it up real nice, and that is our injection. We're doing a competition. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim this brisket in a competition style, just like we did last week.
It's like I'm powerful with a little bit of tender and emotional, sexual bender. Mess me up, yeah, but no one does it better. There's nothing better. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel. So good, so good, so fucking real. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel. You know I love it, so please don't stop it. You got me right here in your jean pocket, right now, laying your body on the shag carpet. Oh, you know I love it, so please don't stop it. It's like I'm powerful with a little bit of tender and emotional, sexual bender. Mess me up, yeah, but no one does it better. There's nothing better. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel. So good, so good, so fucking real. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel. You know I love it, so please don't stop it. You got me right here in your jean pocket, right now, laying your body on the shag carpet. Oh, you know I love it, so please don't stop it. It's like I'm powerful with a little bit of tender and emotional, sexual bender. Mess me up, yeah, but no one does it better. There's nothing better. That's just the way you make me feel. That's just the way you make me feel.
blue.
Okay.
It's time to get up. Time to make the donuts. Half of y'all aren't even old enough to know that reference. I woke before your ass, fucker. You've seen that my Grace Jones rubber grabber has a little bit of molasses in there. And the thing is about that binder, it's not so much a binder as it is a flavorer and a bark builder for the meat.
Oh, good Lord, it's not. This is slow as I could come up with a word that would be like a slow as
tell you stories till you get tired. I could play with your mind, but you'd probably say that I was a liar, so I won't waste your time. I'm scared, though we just met, there's this energy between us. Let's just go somewhere we can fuck. I could say I'm sorry all my life, that wouldn't be true. I only say to do the thing that I do, 'cause I love you. I'm scared, though we just met, I want you so bad, baby. Don't you wanna come with me? We can fuck.
First level was Laurie's. Some of this rub, which is just don't worry about the rub. The next level was the peppers. I used this pepper, ground it up a little bit more in this, spread it on. You can see the large grains. Then I used coarse black pepper that we always use. Worry about this though. This right here is something suggested to me by Clarence Thomas. The Supreme Court Justice Clarence Joseph. It's Bearded Butcher's Black, and it has dehydrated molasses in it. There's dehydrated molasses in my rubber grab. And then some Montreal seasoning at the end. And we're now waiting for the smoker to stabilize, and we'll put this on. Small tip. We're going to try to push this to plump it up. Okay? And you don't want to drag it. You want to lift this one section and plump it up. Just like that. Let's go ahead and put her in. Put her on the top. Push it all the way to the obligatory heat damper. Open this up. I'm going to put these coals, do that first. Put it back there. Stack them. And I'm going to put one. Oh, there's one right there. Right here in the middle. Close it. And I'm going to crank that back about 1/2. Now all I have to do is say, "Hey Alexa," and it'll show me this backyard camera that I got to see. I'm actually in my bedroom monitoring. I can hear the fan go on and off, and I can actually see the temperature. It's kind of hard to see it from here. Alexa, I'm bringing sexy back. Alexa, Starlight Red.
Okay.
Alexa, Starlight Purple.
Okay.
Alexa, Master Bedroom Lights Blue.
Okay.
So, just this back part, but I'm going to go ahead and spray it with. Normally I'd spray it with water, but you can see that there's really no burning yet. And we are going to smoke this until we get the color right. It has nothing to do with time, quite frankly, even internal temperature with me. Yeah, we need a little moisture back here. Get that point from burning. Damper in there. Good clean smoke. Getting close to wrapping time. Temperature tells us, but it's really about color and bark. So what we're going to do is when I open this, I'm going to check it to make sure that we don't have any soft spots in the bark or puddles. If so, I'm going to be tilting it and continuing on. It's a little sticky there. Hitting the sides. We got good bark all over the place. This thing is beginning to weep. So what I'm going to do, if the damn rooster would shut up, is now I've tilted it. I can use a little extra time because I started off really slow. And remember what I said. You are going to the whole thing is lean. And 182 and 161. So we're ready to wrap. The 182 is the decal temperature, and the lower temperature is the flat. Out. Yeah, that looks damn good. So we got a good crust. Pepper has reduced in its heat. Smoke reduces the heat of pepper. That. spritzing liquid in there. A little bit. Brown. Not dark. And we'll spray it. I cannot believe it's not butter. I bought the butter yesterday thinking it was butter, but it wasn't. So somebody's lied to me, and now I don't know who to trust, because I can't believe it's not butter when you said it was butter, but it isn't. This is wrap one. This time I'm going to put the flat towards the heat source though. I'm going to take this, right over on the top, and here, just a little bit. Mostly because I opened the door, but I can also look at the percentage. This is the way I started, okay? And now that I really don't have to worry so much about smoke because there's really nothing in there, I'm opening it up wide. And I'm going to take my log here, hit it a few times. I guarantee you the ash is falling out and it'll breathe a little bit better. So let's take a look at my Share My Cook. Right over here is where we disconnected those probes, and you'll notice that the blue line is the temperature of the point, and it is higher than the yellow line, which is the temperature of the flat. And by turning that flat towards the heat source and the point away, you'll notice that the blue is not rising as quickly as the yellow. So basically the point is rising very slowly while the flat is rising quickly. Now if it goes too quickly, you know that I could put that piece of wood back in. I could turn it around the other way, but that's what's kind of good about this.
Bring it back, man. Don't move. I got to go back and take a bath. I got to wash the cigarette smoke off. He know who he is. Same baseline. Come on back.
We are at 213 pit temperature, that's where the sausage is, and 186 and 185 stabilizing out of the flat and the point. The point is just a little hotter than the flat. The point's going to give the flat some of its energy, and I think it might rise 1 degree. I might be wrong. It'd be interesting to see. That's my theory. I may have pulled it off I rather cooled it off a little too quickly. But it's going to sit there for a while. Remember, the blanket's got to heat up as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to dry up that bark, get the smoker getting back up to 300 degrees. Take a look at it. There's that fat. Look how that fat's rendered. And I'm going to glaze it with my low sugar Angelo's style barbecue sauce because that did pretty well. I anticipate probably knocking some of that off. The pepper's not as bad. Pepper changes its flavor when it's exposed to heat over a long period of time. It goes from hot to earthy. That stuff's sticking on there pretty well. Look at it. Too bad, huh? It's getting dark. I ain't gonna put it back on. Okay. So, how sharp should your knife be? What I'm going to try to do every time I slice is make nice long passes. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Oh, that's a little bit too thin. I'm doing 2 short strokes. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's still too thick. Let's put this to the side. Not much point meat there. Not much of a smoke ring there either. But is it tender? That's the question. Go ahead and slice up some more. Hey, now we're getting into some. Oh, that's too thick. Now we're getting into some pieces that I would probably resent. That's pretty good. Let's take a look here. Does that look good to you? All right, let's set up a plate. The lighting just might suck on this. Turn that away. Certainly tastes good. Not too bad. Not too good either. Oh, hold it. Ow. This thing is way too hot to be serving right now. I mean, I can barely touch it. So that's not good. But now we're kind of getting into, I guess, the ones that I would turn in. Look what I've done. But that's an area that it wouldn't get turned in. Sounds good, doesn't it? So, it looks like we have some usable pieces. I'll put this over here. We got one. That one's too thick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we need 2 more, don't we? Yeah, this is where the good stuff comes from. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd probably start right here. I don't like that one. But put that there. Oh, I forgot. Burn ends. What would that be like? You're not going to believe this, but I ended up recording nothing and then dumped everything in here. So let me show you. Here's an example. Take a look at the, ow, it's burning my hands. Take a look at the what do you call it? The bark. And will it pull apart? Yep, with a snap. Here's one of the burn ends. And I ate it, now I'm eating twice. And then I slathered it with sauce. But anyway, here's a nice piece. Look at that. Watch it. Boom. Perfect. I really like this point meat down here. Alright. Look at that. That's just freaking beautiful. Alright. The lighting just might suck on this. Huh? Let's take a look at one of these burn ends. Look at the caramelization on that. Look at that. Would you look at that? That's amazing.
Outside in the cold distance, a wildcat did ground to ride it approaching, and the wind began to howl. I ain't gone in on to someone new. I needed somewhere to hang my head. That's your news. Confess